Yes, lawyer Ponthep Werachon. Today is a holiday, that maybe we just spend some time to talk together about some knowledge about Thai law. Okay, and today the thing that we've been talking is about the police detention. Most of you may say that you are law-abiding person. Maybe you don't have that kind of problem, but sometimes you never know. Even I myself, sometimes I had a problem also. When you get drunk and drive the car, or if you have accident causing death or serious injury, that one you have to know a little bit. The police detention, okay? In Thailand, we have the criminal law, or they call the Penal Code of Thailand. That is the main law, and also about other criminal law in many laws. But Thai law, or the criminal law, must be written down in the like an act or code. Code is only the Penal Code of Thailand and all other acts. So you will be punished or punishable only if the authorities can prove that you commit an act in violation of that law. Okay? Like injury, causing injury, murder, or fraud, or defamation, or sometimes it's not easy to make the difference between the criminal liability in the country you come from. That one, today we will not talk in detail about that, because there is a principle of law that is universal, saying that ignorance of law excuses no one. It means that nobody can deny that he or she doesn't know the law. You think that is true or not true? Okay? That because some law by the nature, some law by nature you can know, like a murder. You know that this is in every country. And about mercy killing, that different already. Or you kill someone to protect yourself, or you kill someone because you are unfairly treated or provoked, like a provocation. Okay, that one we will not talk into detail. When we talk into detail, if you commit any offense, okay, like when you are found that you are committing offense with with the red hand, that one you can be arrested by the authorities, by the police, or sometimes now by the police volunteer. That it can be a problem also, because there are many problems in Thailand about the police volunteer. If you hear something about the checking point in the north, that a man he just passed that checking point, and sometimes it's not easy to understand the sign of the police volunteer to control the checking point, and he didn't stop, and suddenly he was shot by the unknown gun unknown bullet. And after it become the big news, talk of the town, or big news in the newspaper. And finally, there was one lawyer who is the advocate of justice, we can say like that. He tried to find out who did that, because by the forensic report, it proved by the wound that come from the bullet from M16 that they were used by the police. It means that there must be someone who used the M16. That you can guess, right? And like that. And sometimes they are very strict for the shaking point. Okay? And go back to the point. If you are arrested with red hand, okay, it's obvious you commit that criminal offense, like you are found of hitting someone or killing someone, that one you can be arrested suddenly without any warrant of arrest or without anything. Just only the person who arrests you have to show that he or she is a police officer. And sometimes some offense can be arrested even by layman or normal people. Okay? When you are arrested like that, in this case, you will be detained by the police officer, detained by detention. Okay? And we will come back to this point to talk about police detention. And in other cases, that in case you are not found of committing that offense with red hand, I use the word red hand, okay, mean that he just someone make a report to the police, or the police make the investigation by the detective that person committed offense. In this case, the arrest can be made only by the law. Okay? That by the law. If the punishment of that offense is not more than 5 years, okay, the police will have to issue the letter to they call invite, but to call you to go to make a report to the police station. Okay? It means that they have to serve that letter to you in your address or domicile. Okay? That case. And if you don't go, if you go there, okay, you have to make a report about yourself, about like that. And after we will talk about the detention. Okay? But if the first letter you don't go, you don't show yourself, they can issue the second letter and you don't show again. The third time, the police in charge can issue the warrant of arrest by the order of the court. This means that the police have to make the request with the explanation to the court, the criminal court, the reason why this person must be arrested, and the court will issue the warrant of arrest. In case maybe you may hear the story about the Thai rocker who had a problem about the warrant of arrest, and the police, that he denied to surrender to the police, because he just said that he want to have the letter first, to later something like that. But now I think I heard that he did not appear for the appointment of the court in the south, and I think it can be big fiesta for him. He's very nice man. For me, I like him, but the problem is sometimes when you become the idol of the country, you have to show the standard or the form of justice, because if you break the law, they can say that you will be the bad, like a sample for the other who will follow you, who idolize you to follow you, what you say. That is a burden for all the famous people or the idol of the country. But in your case, you say that, okay, go back to about 2 letters, and if you don't, you mean general, not you. If you don't appear, the police can ask the court to issue the warrant of arrest, okay, or หมายจับ arrest means จับ หมายจับ okay. And how about if that one for the offense not more than 5 years, and how about the offense that is small offense, they call petty offense, the offense with the penalty fine not more than 1 month on no penalty fine not more than 1,000 and prison not more than 1 month. That one is petty offense. That one the police cannot arrest you, just only to invite you and make a record about your offense, maybe about traffic law, or if you like assault anyone without any injury, that one can be like a slap the face or something like that, okay. That one petty offense is not serious, you just pay fine, penalty fine or something like that. I go back to the point, in case if the offense have the punishment more than 5 years, that the police don't need to issue 2 letters to invite or to call you. The police can certainly ask the court, the criminal court in that area, to issue the warrant of arrest. And when issue the warrant of arrest, any police in the kingdom can use that warrant of arrest to arrest you, And sometimes if they arrest you in your, they call in your private area, like in your house, in your private area, okay, sometimes the matter they need a warrant of search or หมายค้น but in general, but sometimes if you are the owner, they can prove that you are the owner of that house, that place, no need to have that warrant of search. So that one is a lot of detail for that, okay. And now when you are arrested, okay, if you they will control you. If they are serious, they would not put a handcuff. But sometimes they, if you are famous people, they will not put. And most of the Thai police, they relax. It means that they will laugh with you. They give you to smoke for you to relax. You can see that when they arrest many international gangster, they relax. They don't mean that they will do anything in your favor, but relax. Because when you work like that, is you want people that you detain or you control to be relaxed. Not to do any bad thing violently or something like that. That they will take you to the police station or to the police officer who issue that warrant of arrest. Okay? If you are arrested in the area of that police station, is very easy. Like you commit that offense in Pattaya, and the warrant of arrest was issued in Pattaya, and you are arrested in Pattaya. That one, they can take you directly to the police station. But sometimes if you are arrested outside Pattaya, in Chiang Mai, in Samui, or in Sulin, Buriram, it take time to take you to the police station, to the police who is in charge. It take time. Maybe during that time you will be detained or detention by the police. Maybe it's not so comfortable, And like that, in that situation, you try to calm down, relax, and be nice to everyone around you. And with that quality, I'm sure that people, they will treat you better, treat you better. Okay, you don't want to be in that situation, better with tolerance, something like that. Okay? And when they take you to the police station, okay, the police will inform you, they call, notify you, they charge, like that. You murder, they will do, okay, murder under what section of the Penal Code of Thailand, like this, like that, and all the detail, and check your identity, make the fingerprint, check your passport, check everything, check about your visa, okay, and explain to you about the charge. And that day, you have the right, I say, you have the right to plead guilty or not guilty. This is the right that is absolutely guaranteed by all constitution of Thailand. Nobody will force you. Nobody will force you to plead guilty or not guilty. It's up to you. Even in the serious case like a murder, even you plead guilty, but when you go to the court will ask you again if you want to plead guilty or not guilty. Okay? And if you say you have to make your own decision. If you think that you really actually committed that offense, and it's obvious, a lot of witnesses, evidence, and one thing that you repent, and that you're sorry, you repent, maybe you can plead guilty. Because if you plead guilty, it will become, they call, extenuating circumstances, extenuating will make the judge to give you the mercy that, okay, this man, he repent and make the confession. He maybe just he sinned this without any intention or something like that. Some circumstance, something like that. That one, you should plead guilty. Try to talk to your lawyer. Understand, maybe no need to plead guilty on that day. Maybe that day you just say that you want to be silent, not to say anything. Because if you see in the movie, if they arrest you, they say that You are under arrested. You have the right to be silent. Everything you said can be used against you in the court of law. If you don't have lawyer, they can provide you a lawyer. That absolutely like that. No, nobody will force you. But my advice is, the first day maybe you don't know a lot of things, maybe confusion. Talk to a lawyer first, or contact the embassy. You have the right to contact your embassy. Your embassy will come to protect your fundamental right. Not to make the judgment you are right or wrong. They cannot tell you, no. If you are wrong, you are wrong. But they will come to protect you, to guarantee that you have the fundamental right, and sometimes to contact your family, arrange for the money to be sent from your country, for the bail or something. That is very important. And it means that you should have a lawyer who have a good record. I don't say connection, good record with the embassy. And you ask the embassy, the embassy they will know. Because it's involved about money, it's involved about everything. And that one, you create yourself, okay, be nice to everyone. And you say, you want to be silent, you don't want to make the testimony, if you don't want to plead guilty, like that. But the other thing, you have to apply for they call provisional release or temporary release or release on bail. Okay, bail is mean the security. It can be property or it can be cash money. That they will release you. They call provisional, mean temporary release. Make the bail. But in case that you surrender, you report yourself to the police station. Normally, no need to have a bail. They just release and make the condition that when you have to come to report to the police. That is fair. But if you run away for a long time and they arrest you, it's not easy to ask for the temporary release on bail. That one, But in your case, I think that if you are not the professional gangster, maybe you just do something by, they call coercion or something like that, emotional, by temper. I don't know how to call it in English, That one, I think that you should ask for the bail. And the bail, the police officer will fix the money that you have to put for the bail. How much money that should be enough. That they will fix, they will fix like that. And your passport. And someday they will keep your passport. Or someday they will have the condition that you cannot go out of the country. That it can be a big problem also. Or some they don't like that. But for people who are tourists, it's not easy because they want to go out. But people who live in Thailand, maybe if the police they say that cannot go out of the country, maybe in our experience, if it is very necessary for you to go out, you can ask. Can make the request or ask case by case, like that. Okay, and now you say that when you have a bail, okay? But in case that you cannot have a bail or you cannot have the temporary or provisional release, you will be detained by the police and you will be detained by the court. by the order of the court. The first is a police station. It's not so comfortable, you know. It's like a Hotel California, you know. It's not so comfortable. But after a certain period, you will be sent to the prison. The first period is with the police station. The police, if it is petty offense, it means the penalty fine, small offense, penalty fine not more than 1,000, or or prison not more than 1 month. The police cannot detain you. They just only ask you your name, circumstance, and make the appointment with you. Or if that offense only fine imposes only fine penalty. If you pay the maximum fine, that is okay. Finish and go and see no more. Finish. Okay. But in case that that it is not petty offense, it will be the state of the police can detain you at the police station for the maximum period of 48 hours in the police station to make investigation. Maybe it's not so comfortable because you will be mixed up with other professional criminal, because they mix up, you know. And so it's a big nightmare for many people, you know. You never know. I myself, I never know. One day maybe I will go, and sometimes I have a look if I go, you know. So you should have a phone call to your relative, to your family, to your embassy, or to your lawyer. You know, because I have some client. He never break the law, but every time when he go out, he like to go very far and drink and drive the car, you know. You can imagine. And when he got drunk, you know, when he's stopped by the police, sometimes he says something bad, you know. It can be like a what you call defamation of the police, like a obstruction of justice. That one I compare like this, you know. That one can be the serious offense, you know. And so try to be nice, try to control yourself. And I say that if you drink, you know, try to drink in the bar near your place that you can walk. You can even take the bicycle. You can not go too far, you know. Not go too far, you know. But even sometimes I can remember I went to drink in like I told you last time, you know, in Rome Market, in the bar, you know, with the rock music. And the girl who sit with me advised me not to drink too much because I drive the car. You know, she just say like that. Even I will pay less because I don't drink too much. And she said that one glass of wine, you know, is a lot of problem. And she asked me, next time you come to take a motorbike and you can drink as much as you can, you know. That one, it can be serious. And how about if, the police control you for 48 hours, 2 days, they count hour by hour. And something after that, it will be, the police have to send you to the court to request for the detention, for the court detention. And the court detention will be will be 7 days. Okay? Will be 7 days. And if the offense is not more than 6 months, or more than 6 months, but not more than 10 years, the detention period will be each time for 12 days, okay, can be many times, but not altogether 48 days. Maybe check again, okay, check again about this. Each time not more than 12 days. It means every 12 days they have the police officer investigation have to investigate, have to ask for the extension of the detention. But the maximum will not be more than 48 days in case of the offense is more than 6 months but not more than 10 years. And about if the offense that one more than 10 years, it's the same, but the maximum will be 84 days. 84 days, like that. Okay? Maybe you can check even in the website, you know. Now there are many websites. Now I talk to you just to create the idea. Okay? And the process like that. In Thailand they call accusation system. Have you heard about that? When accuse someone. Accusation system is mean ระบบกล่าวหา mean accuse someone. When someone accuse you, okay, they call injure person, or if there is a report that you committed an offense, the police have to take action to make the investigation and inquiry, and after that send that or the report to the public prosecutor. In Thailand is different because I don't know in England, in the USA you can see that the public prosecutor can get involved from day one. Sometimes the public prosecutor, if you see in the movie Uncle Pone, you know, the public prosecutor or they call the state attorney will come to control the police to take action to arrest anyone. But in Thailand, the public prosecutor have to wait for the final report of the police, and the final report of the police can be, if the police has the idea that the case should be dropped, it will be, they call non-prosecution order or คำสั่งไม่ฟ้อง okay, and the public prosecutor or พนักงานอัยการ will check if this okay, enough inquiry, investigation, enough witnesses, okay, and can follow that non-prosecution order. Is mean you will be released and the case will be final, will be dropped, okay, unless the injured party make the appeal or something like that, you know. And in other case, if the police have the idea that the case should be should be prosecuted, should be proceed, that one the police will have the report to the public prosecutor for prosecution order, and public prosecutor will check if should be like this or that, or ask for the investigation, or ask more investigation. But in Thailand, the public prosecutor cannot come down, you know, to make the investigation or make the inquiry, you know. But now there is a new practice or regulation of the office of the public prosecutor. Maybe you can call office of the attorney general, but in Thailand they call public prosecutor, they call สำนักงานอัยการสูงสุด or the supreme office of the attorney general, you know, that to say that if you are accused, if you think that you are not fairly treated by the police officer, you can make a letter of complaint to the public prosecutor who is in charge to make more investigation, to make more to call more evidence that they fail to call. Like you want like this, like that, like this, like that, that one. But my experience, sometimes I think that it's not easy to deal. Okay? And now the point that you understand. Now, if you are in front of the police, try to calm down, try to use your brain, try to talk to lawyer in the embassy, everything, and make decision whether you want to plead guilty or not guilty. Because if you think that they arrest you with the red hand, I don't know how to say in English, red hand, evidence, everything with the camera, with the journalist, media, it's better to plead guilty. Because you can have the reduction, mercy of the court, they call extenuating circumstance, or you try to help the injured party, injured person, help to pay for the damage. That one, you can get the mercy of the court to have they call probation, or I don't know, parole, probation, not to impose the punishment for the period of 2 years. If that punishment, the judgment, the final judgment is not more than 2 years. But in the serious case, that one, you can have a reduction. How many percent reduction? 1/4, 1/3, or something like that. That one, that detail. Calm down and make a bail first and talk to your lawyer. Talk to lawyer and understand everything and make your decision. But if you think that you are not wrong, nobody can force you to plead guilty. You fight the case. But when you fight the case, you defend the case. You defend by your testimony, by your witness, by the evidence from the forensic science. In Thailand, like there are many camera, CCTV camera. There are about the evidence about this witnesses person who can make the testimony in your favor. You can call your lawyer. When you go to court, your lawyer can call by asking the court to make the summons or warrant to call. Even you call the police officer, even you call everyone, even you call the forensic expert to testify, and your lawyer can cross-examine to say something to make it doubtful, to make it doubtful, like or you check some lacking evidence of the police officer, like that. You have to use your brain. Nobody want to have problem, But some people, they don't do like that. They just believe, fake lawyer who pay me, I can drop the case. A lot of problem. This kind of people, and when you believe like that, you will pay, and the money gone. The money gone, and you lose your money and you lose your chance to defend yourself. That it can be the big problem for you, and many people go to jail, and you cannot claim that you gave money to that crook. There are many crooks in Pattaya, and they say that they know even the prime minister, maybe they know the chief of the junta. They say whatever they want to say. They know the chief police, they know the chief public prosecutor, they know everything. That one, and when you pay, they never give you a receipt. They just run away. That it can be a problem, because in Thailand, if in my life, I use the justice, I earn my living from the justice. I cannot guarantee that the quality of justice in this country will be exactly the same you expect, but there is still the light at the end of the tunnel. that you can see the light of justice. If you evoke the law, use the law, and your wisdom and your knowledge, nobody want to have problem. No one want to have problem. I don't want. Nobody want. But one day, if it happen, and how can you help yourself? Okay? And now, go back to the point of if the public prosecutor say that, okay, the case should be proceeded with the court, you will be reported to the public prosecutor to start the case with the court. And on the first day, they call preliminary date, the hearing. Yeah, they call in Thai, they call one chi. Okay, you tell your person who help you. One chi means it's the first day that you will be brought to the court with the public prosecutor, and the court will read. Okay, I forgot about. Will read the charge to you. Okay, and if you don't understand Thai, you speak other language, you can ask for the translator. Okay, and I forgot about all the process. Investigation with the police inquiry, you can ask for the translator. If you speak English, I think it's okay. You can find it easy. But if you speak other language, German is okay. They can find. Russian is okay. They can find. French is okay. Italian is okay. But if you speak like a Finnish or some Mongolia or some, it's not easy to find. So I think that it can be a problem. If you Chinese, I think it's okay. They have translator, or Japanese, they have translator. And for you who can speak English, I think it's very good. Okay. Supposing if you can understand English, okay, most of the judge in Thailand, they can understand English. Most of them, they come from the elite in the law school. In that school, many of them, they study abroad. They understand English and they can speak. But by the law, they will not speak. But they understand. They will not speak. So they need a translator. Okay? Like to explain the charge that you are hereby charged that on 13th of January 2018, you commit the criminal offense by killing Mr. Johnny English, or maybe your wife, or with this and this circumstance, and they will apply the law, what section of the Penal Code of Thailand or other laws, and after ask you, do you understand? Okay, you say you understand. Okay, and he will ask you, do you want to plead guilty or not guilty? If you want to plead guilty, you plead guilty. If you don't want, you say not guilty. And after ask for, if you have lawyer, they will not ask. If you don't have lawyer, judge will appoint a lawyer for you. They call pro bono. What you call? It means free lawyer, pro bono. But what you can expect? Sometimes they are very good lawyer, but sometimes young lawyer, they are very serious because they when they work for the future. They still have the future. Like that they call pro bono publico. Pro bono is mean free lawyer. Okay, and when you have like that, and in case that you plead guilty during the investigation or inquiry. If you change your mind, you can change your mind. You say, no, I plead not guilty. No problem, No problem. Why you don't have to worry by that news that the police torture you, torture you to plead guilty. I think that is too much. It's too much. And like that, if you plead not guilty, and after the court will ask both parties, public prosecutor and your lawyer, how many witnesses, how many evidence witnesses they want to make the testimony, how many days, and fix the days for hearing. Okay? And you also, your lawyer will fix and will see what witness, what evidence you want the judge to call to court, what document you want to have from the third party to send to the court. And they have to follow, they have to follow the court, because otherwise it will be a contempt of court with the punishment like that. And after, the court will make the trial, the hearing, the trial. And in Thailand, the principle is that you are innocent until the public prosecutor can prove your guilt or you are guilty beyond any reasonable doubt. That is a principle. It means that they have the burden of proof that you really commit this offense. Maybe they say, on this day you did that. They check the camera. Maybe you say that on that day you are with other girlfriend with the camera like this, like that, and this you have the right to prove, but how you use, But in Thailand, I think the police in Thailand, they are very good in forensic science. They study a lot. Most of the police in Thailand, they are good in science and mathematics. They like about DNA, about evidence, about physics, everything. They a lot. They have knowledge. And that one you can prove the case, you can fight the case. Not only show yourself in the newspaper and fight the case in the internet, because everyone, your lawyer will have a fame, but you will have a jail instead of freedom. That is very important. It means that when this is a dilemma for you, that you have to use your wisdom, your brain, and the truth, which will set you free in this time. Okay, and I think that today I explained to you a lot already, and we hope that we can join together again, and we hope that there will be more and more question, okay? More and more question about this, Don't worry much about your security, because I can say that Thailand is somehow the land of freedom, In some circumstance, maybe in the back hole, we don't have election, but it never means that election is equated to democracy. Otherwise, we can say that USA is the most democratic country in the world, and you say that our fundamental right, we still enjoy. Like I talk like this, I say that I don't like the chief of the junta, and I want election. Will I go to jail for that? You know, when I go to, but if I say that, okay, I don't like him because he make the child molestation, that one is different, you know. That one is different, it can be defamation. Or he corrupt, but corrupt is okay. If I say something to protect the interests of the country. You know, it means that we still have the basic freedom, you know, the basic freedom, but there must be the limit. You can see that in Thailand, they don't control the internet. They don't control, they're not the single gateway. We enjoy life, we hear that. You understand a little bit. You know, if you have some problem, try to solve the problem by your wisdom, not be sarcastic, not be agnostic of law and justice. Thank you, and thank you very much. And hope that next time you will share your question, or you send me some idea if you want to talk to any point, you know, have a glass of beer, talk like that in the afternoon. I think that is okay, you know. We get all together in this land, and we have to relax and enjoy life, you know, and take care of your beloved one. Okay? Maybe next time I will talk about wife and husband. You know, that one is very good thing, you know, to talk about that. And because Pattaya is like a, sometime when you come here, you know, it's like a paradox for you. Sometimes, as I told you, it's good or bad, you know, but nobody force you. But sometimes, you know, when you see something, you know, you will miss your country, as I told, for the discipline, you know. But when you go back to your country, what you will miss is the tolerance of Thai people. And I've been in Europe, in Switzerland for nearly 4 years. It is the most disciplinary country. Thailand is like the country that sometimes you want to check out so many times, but you will never leave. Okay,